Thank you guys for joining us. If you missed it, we did do a live stream during the weather delay, so you can check that out. For some of the podcast that was before, we're going to pick up and basically finish the race and finish what we're talking about here. So give me a minute and let me get ready for that.
A wild stat. This is the shortest race since 1992, won by Kyle Petty at Watkins Glen, was 124 miles.
Another no-name driver.
No name.
I guess this is the second shortest. 127.6.
Dang.
Yeah, it
Well, it took all evening.
short race.
Short race. Started at 4?
Bro, this is another 5-hour race.
So
Shortest race ever, everybody.
So the weirdest thing is we're
And
not.
the good news is next week looks like a lot of rain, so
So here's what
might get a triple header on Sunday.
So here's what we're gonna do because we've already started the podcast. So we're gonna actually just pick up from it. You all ready?
Where do we end?
I don't remember what we were talking
I
about.
hope you got an intro for that.
Oh, we were talking about the sky.
You got to scream again.
No.
as soon as
Oh,
we
well, there
come
was
back
the
on
sky.
here.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. And we're back. Now the race is over.
Alex Bowman!
So if you're listening on audio, we paused it. So we basically came back from the rain delay. We've watched the race. Now we just
Your
finished the
audio,
race.
Jacob.
Yeah, no, I got it. Sorry. I turned it off and I started YouTube and it came back
Sure.
on. I don't know. I mean,
Lies.
iPhone, bro. What are you gonna
Man, you doing a whole costume change.
Yes,
Volumes on. Just sloppy.
do? Bro, you've been dogging me all year for Bowman.
I have, to be
It's
honest.
a lucky win, man.
Okay.
Strategies.
Brad on the
It
same
was-
strategy can't do
It was
nothing.
a strategy
I would have
game.
worn my Bowman shirt again this week, but it was dirty. So
You need more than one. That's why.
Probably hasn't been used in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. No, I had to go throw on all my Bowman. Nobody likes us anyway. Sweater, Hendrick hat.
yeah.
Matt is so salty.
I'm not really that salty. I'm actually really happy Bowman
I was
won.
gonna say, as a
It was
Hendrick
cool.
fan, I'm happy that Alex Bowman won. But as far as fantasy was concerned, I
Oh,
had Reddick.
fantasy,
Rough week.
our fantasy league. I think everyone had a bad week.
mean,
You know
everyone had
what?
a
This
bad
is the
week for sure,
consequences for picking the exact same drivers every week.
Yeah.
yeah,
you know.
guys, we all did
This
it.
is
Yeah,
what
but
you
are
get.
you going to pick that top 10?
No,
Anybody?
absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah.
Well, that's
If
why
I was going to
like,
switch anyone, it probably would have been either for Gibbs or Bell, and they both suck.
I will say,
whatever.
talking to some of the people on Twitter, like about betting and stuff, you either won huge today
Or not at all.
lost hard.
Yeah, you either played it safe or you didn't.
I was looking at Dale Tanhart's betting card. I think he lost everything.
100% believe. I'm telling you, it's been a weird thing.
He's good.
It's been a weird
But
thing,
that's-
though.
That's
You
funny.
know?
But this rain tire,
No,
this mix, completely inverts the field.
Yeah.
Like almost 100%. You're getting all these random. I don't want to say random. Sorry, that's the wrong word. You're getting all these unexpected top 10 finishes.
Yeah.
Which you can't look at it via practice. You can't look at it via stats. There's nothing you can go off of to anticipate this kind of race.
I feel
There's just
like
not.
next year we go to the Chicago Street Course again. It'll be like
You
the
would
same
have
as last year. Like who's gonna be good?
No idea.
No idea.
Because
yeah, you would have better luck picking your drivers by having all their names on a wall and just throwing darts
I'm not going to lie, though. If
than
it,
actually looking
I
at
will
numbers
say
and who's
this.
good here. It
We
just
should
doesn't
have
make
done that.
sense.
if it rains next year, we're actually it's going to be the one time ever that we can look at a rain delayed race and be like, huh, I actually know who to pick because
Yeah.
we have a better sample size of it being rained out and driving in the rain.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not like against it at all. I'm a huge fan of the rain tire and what we can do and how we can get the race in. Granted, today they ran out of, daylight. That's just product of the racing. I don't
Yeah.
know why we can't use street lights. There's obviously street lights. I know it's not, whatever we can put on at a track, but it's a street light. But
I think they were on. I think that was the
no, they were
Well,
not.
some of them were.
Anywho,
But yeah.
I'm not against it at all, but this whole rain tire mix, and it's been going on for like the last 4 races. It's kind of been wild.
It is kind of weird.
You can't
probably-
account for it.
We probably statistically have done better at all of the super speedways so far than we have at this race.
100%. Yes.
Right?
Probably.
I have more
I mean,
luck.
we don't have the points or anything.
I have
but,
better
like,
luck picking super speedway drivers than I do a normal cup race at this point.
Who knows?
I mean, this isn't a normal cup race, I guess. Like,
Well,
by
it is.
definition.
It is at least for now.
I mean, like,
But I know what you mean.
normal as far as like.
It's definitely
I mean,
unique.
it's not just a road course. It's not just an oval course. It's a road course on the streets, so it's gonna be narrower.
Kind of
all
like
kinds of
having a
stuff, like-
roval in a road course.
Really? Like a
I said that wrong.
Say that again.
An oval and a road course.
like a roval?
Ah, man, this ain't hitting different, bro. What the?
Golly.
yeah.
What'd you
Nah.
say?
I don't know.
What did he say?
Yeah, yeah.
The
I don't
so,
think my point is. I'm sorry.
No, go
my
for
point is like we don't really have a good feel at all.
did it
Really,
again.
like you know who might be good on slicks, you know who might be good on wet tires, but there's not really any way to tell. Like I didn't have Joey Hand leading laps, right?
I'll hand it to him.
Winning stages. Hey.
I'll hand
Bro,
it to him.
like-
He did a great job.
I don't know.
God, that's square peg and round hole all day long, dude. That was just.
This is the second appearance of Joey's hand this year. First was at Daytona.
I had to get it in there
Chicago.
somewhere.
Jeez Louise.
So okay, let's do this real quick. Let's do just real quick overall what do we think of the race, and then we'll do a top 10 rundown real quick. Kind of do that, and then kind of go from there. So Jeff, I'll start with you.
Thank you.
So it's hard because like when you look at it from like the 30,000 foot perspective, it wasn't really a great race. But like as far as just like the rain delays and things like that, all of the things that made it bad were things that were out of anyone's control. So it's kind of like the
How can
race
you fault
itself
them?
was a good race, but like yeah, it's the same deal as last year. It's like the weather played too much of an issue.
You can't play
Into
Captain
it.
Hindsight.
But I will say,
what
I
was your
do-
rating? Did you say one of them?
I didn't say like a
Oh,
rating
sorry,
yet.
sorry.
I was just gonna say I do appreciate how NASCAR did make the best of it and kind of quote unquote like built a storyline around the weather and like okay, we're gonna make this a timed race now, like technically. And so it's like we're gonna make this a time race and like
I
who's
do
gonna
appreciate
stop
that
for
too.
weather tires, who's gonna stop for slicks, like and they kind of built this drama around it. And so I thought the broadcast did a great
Yeah.
job.
I do agree with that.
But-
how it wasn't just like we're just gonna run and then randomly NASCAR's like, oh, it's kind of dark now. 2 to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
say all things considered 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5, 7.4, 7.3, what?
7.5,
7.5.
7.5, 7.5. Yeah.
7.5. All right.
All right, Jake.
I'm gonna kind of go the opposite way. Like I feel like if you had the 30,000 foot view, I feel like the concerts went off. The Xfinity race yesterday was phenomenal, and the race was good. Like the first half, before not half, but before the rain, pre-rain was good, and then post-rain was excellent. Like I
Yeah.
feel like NASCAR did a phenomenal job doing short cautions. They didn't open the pit road twice for lap downs and laps. They did quickie yellows all
Yep.
post-race. NBC did a pretty good job of putting on the
Commercials.
no, yeah. I want to rant.
We'll get
bro.
there.
I don't- Hey,
Fox, is that you?
Fox, that you? That's exactly what I was going to say. But I feel like at the 30,000 foot view, the end of the race was exciting. Multiple different guys in the mix up. Bowman was the guy to beat, and then like Bell was coming, had trouble, and then Reddick was coming, had trouble. Like there's a lot of drama and it was exciting. Some definitely like some issues like with the rule maybe on when the time ended. We got to clarify that
Yep.
because we
Yeah.
all had a completely different understanding of the rule of how the race ended. But from the 30,000 foot view, I thought everything was great overall. But I feel like if you're at the ground level, surface level, there's definitely a handful of things to pick at.
Yeah.
Trying not to be biased because Bowman won. If it was anybody, I mean, I had to give it I'm trying to like mentally like, okay, if it was people I don't particularly root for, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, it has to be a solid 8, man. 8.5. The emotion of Bowman winning, that's awesome.
That
His
was.
emotion in the post race, awesome. That's what we want.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go have some bourbon. Like that's so much damn bourbon. That's what we want.
I'm
Is that not what we want to see
Yeah,
post race?
that's what you
No,
want.
Instead of like
exactly.
Kyle
That's,
Larson
that's
come
not
out.
what I want
"Oh,
post
you
race.
know,
That's what I want in drivers.
Personality.
Emotion, personality. What
Yeah.
are you gonna do after this? You know, not like the whole
Yeah.
I'm going to Disney, but like, what are you gonna do?
Drunk
Like,
as
I'll
hell,
go
bro.
party. Not
It's
like,
been a long time
"Oh,
since we
this is
won.
great.
I had
I'm so
a
happy.
hard
Thank you,
road to get
sponsors."
here. Da 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 da.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
go
some
party
kind of
with my
energy.
guys tonight. Like,
Yeah.
heck yeah, bro. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
we-
that was cool.
Come on, man. So I have to give it a solid 8. I want to give it more, but that's the bias in me. I want to be
Yeah.
like 9.9, no, but I have to give it a solid 8. It's only because the rain, which I guess it's hard to say, right? Because it's not anybody's fault.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I
it's
feel like
just out of your
NASCAR did
control.
almost everything they could perfectly.
Yeah.
Everything they could.
So-
because racing tomorrow was not an option.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they can't postpone because of obviously being in the city, and they got to get everything cleared up.
man,
so,
that makes me want to give it better. But
so-
I'll go 8.5.
So I will also give it an 8.5. So I think same thing. I think I'm gonna probably, this may be a hot take. I really liked the clock, the timer clock.
I did too.
You know
I like
what?
the transparency of it.
Well, but you know what it was? The anticipation, the buildup.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my god.
they
It
can
just-
only run 2
it-
laps now. They
it
can
was-
only run.
it
They're
was-
on their last lap.
Yeah, it was stepping up the stress level at least for me the whole
It was
time.
a genius move to make
So,
that adjustment.
I almost,
Like,
I mean, I don't want to jump to things too quickly, but like, is this something we should be considering doing anytime that we're getting up against a track like, let's say New Hampshire, where you have no lights? Like, all right, we can run
No,
to this time.
This is a new rule.
So this will be what they're
This is a
doing.
new rule, and this is the first time it's been implemented.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
no,
it.
I'm about it.
I
man.
think this is a lot better than because last year, like if you remember, they shortened this race because of the because of the rain.
this was still shorter.
Yeah, I know. So they shortened last year's.
wild.
But
Remember,
if you're-
imagine 100 laps.
But the reason they shortened it was because the rain delay, and then obviously same kind of thing, darkness and everything. Well, there were people that were on strategies, and NASCAR in the middle of the race decided, hey, we're shortening the race by 10 laps. Well, that totally changed
Ruined
like
everything.
Logano was set to possibly take the lead and win, and he ended up like 20th or so. I don't remember the exact number, but it totally killed their day.
ridiculous, yeah.
And the argument there was like NASCAR, like we had already committed to our strategy, and then you changed mid race.
Yeah.
At least this way, it was like, hey, we're going back green.
knew
This is
before the
what's
race.
going to
Yeah,
happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the teams knew when they were going to make the call. They knew they weren't going to make the distance, but NASCAR just didn't tell them when. And we saw this in New Hampshire,
right.
last year as well.
Yeah.
You know?
So no, I think this was great. Like I said, 8.5. I thought it was extremely exciting. It was. I mean, we were all on the edge of our seats the entire last. I was going to say laps, but I guess the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
That just sounds wrong.
I know it does, but it was.
I mean, really, I feel like we were on the edge of our seats since the
they
race
went back.
restarted. Yeah,
Since they went back.
because it was phenomenal.
yeah, it was really
I
good.
mean, hey, what'd you say the other day about putting sprinklers on short tracks? Hey, if it's not raining, put sprinklers on Chicago.
Oh, nobody saw it, but there was actually guys on top of the sky rises here with like hoses. That's how they were. That's how they were starting the race.
Bro, like just a fire hydrant, just
Pressure washers. Everyone had pressure washers up there. NASCAR just didn't know.
Yeah, Matt.
There-
What? Let's get your rating real quick.
So without an essay, I don't think it was an 8.5, but I'd definitely give it like an 8.2.
okay.
Yeah.
Thought you
It
were
was
gonna be
definitely
like,
high.
it's a 6
I wouldn't.
for Brad.
No, no. I there was you guys already said it. There was a lot of things I really liked about it. I'm a fan of Bowman winning. That was great. I liked the upset. There was a lot of chaos. You kind of expect that with rain races. You couldn't really anticipate the winner. Once it started raining, it just wasn't a factor. What else happened? The slick tires versus wet tires. That was phenomenal.
That was interesting,
right. That was
Wasn't
great.
that so exciting?
The clock was great, not knowing like what lap, but kind of time wise. There was just a lot of good things about this race, and it's honestly, I'm kind of sad we only get one more run at this unless they renew it. I hope they bring this
go
somewhere
somewhere
else.
else.
Yes, I hope they bring this somewhere else because this track, this entertainment, as if you want to say, this hits. This is really good. You can run in the rain. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, lightning's still a factor, but you can run in the rain.
Yep.
And you can put it in any major city. I don't see why not.
I will say that the layout they have of this track, we talked about it before, how it was like, I don't know if we like this at first.
Oh, it
but
sucks
man,
for me on iRacing.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
can't even
rough.
make a lap,
No,
but
it's rough.
that's why I don't drive these cars.
But
It's hard. It's such a hard track.
It's
Like if you do a few laps on iRacing, you realize, and that's obviously not even the real deal. You don't have the heat, you don't have the G-force, you don't have anything. But you're like,
no, the bumps.
You don't have someone
You
hitting
don't
you in
feel
the
the
rear.
bumps.
yeah, you don't. Yeah, bro, it's a hard track.
It is.
It is so hard.
It is. So, JFB said he liked it. Just says they should speed up getting cars off track. I think you could say that pretty much anywhere. That's always a holdup. My biggest complaint is the caution laps. Anytime we're at a road course, caution laps are just painful.
I feel like getting the car
But-
typically, like at a typical track, is not the hardest part. Isn't getting the car off. It's cleaning up the oil and all the other stuff, which you just don't have with IndyCar or F1 because everything's so central behind the driver.
Yeah.
You're just not often breaking, oil lines and things like that. Whereas in NASCAR, you are like pretty regular.
Yeah.
So I feel like because the engine's in the front, obviously, I feel like they did a great job. Like, I mean, typically,
Overall.
unless a car was completely buried
They did better than
in a
last
tire
year.
job, but then they were there right away. And typically, the only time they were waiting is if the field had kind of caught them and they
Yeah.
had to wait for the field to go. I feel like they did a pretty good job.
So like Larson, when he got buried into the tire barrier, they had him cleared, and he maybe only went down one lap at best. Which, if you remember, Gregson last year went down like 3 laps when he was buried in the barrier.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean,
I
maybe,
feel like they did. I feel
I
like
think they do
NASCAR
good.
executed all but perfectly. The
If they could-
only questionable thing was them resuming or continuing the race before the long red flag
yeah.
because there was so much standing water on the track and big rain was coming. Everybody knew big rain was coming. So like that's the only questionable call. But again, they know they can't race tomorrow. So like
They were trying.
It's
like
just
what do you do? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like
I'd
you're
want that to
screwed
be
either
my
way
nickname.
in that moment.
I feel like they probably didn't even.
I want
clean
that
up
to be
any
my
oil.
nickname if I was racing.
What?
Big Rain. So
Big
everyone
Rain.
feared me.
I was just gonna say, I feel like they didn't even clean up any oil. They're like, well, it's already wet, so might as well just whatever. Like, just keep
What was
going.
up with all that soap on the track?
Yeah, I
Was
think
that soap?
I think that's residue from the rain tires. Has to be.
I have no dude.
I
It
don't know.
looks
It-
straight
or
up like
It's
soap.
only in the corners.
Could it have been paint?
Could have been paint. Maybe they're pulling paint up off the crosswalk. That was really weird.
It's just,
They covered up. Well,
They covered a
I
lot of
believe
stuff,
they
but not
covered up a whole
crosswalks.
bunch of like decals on the road. Which
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of weird.
Well, it makes sense because like that's gonna be slick on the tires.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was
yeah,
an
you know,
interesting
it was a
one.
little
Leave
weird.
it. Have fun.
paint some, paint not others.
So we got RG asking, was change to slicks the right move for Bell?
I think it was.
I think it was had he not ended
Overall,
up,
yeah.
if he
Till-
ended up not
Till
meeting.
Recchi did what Recchi does.
yeah.
I mean, Bell was going up there.
Reddick
was going up
was
there.
gonna catch him.
They, I mean, there's nothing-
Reddick was gonna beat Bowman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the right
Reddick
I
call.
was
think
gonna
Bell
win.
was going to be up there too.
If
I
there
really
was
do.
no caution for who was it that got stuck there at the end?
I don't remember.
There's so many guys.
It was one of the SHR
Adrian?
cars. It was either Barry.
No,
Oh,
it was,
it was Briscoe.
it was
Barry.
Allmendinger, wasn't it?
Allmendinger.
Allmendinger,
The
okay.
Allmendinger caution. So if it wasn't for that, Bell was going to get him, no question.
Yeah.
By the time we saw the end of the race, right? You didn't know in the moment, but by the time we got to the end of the race,
Bell had the fastest car in the rain. If it rains or if there's weather in the radar, pick Bell. It's just
Yeah,
probably.
it makes
Right?
sense.
Yeah.
What's up,
I-
Lewis?
man, it was an exciting race.
Can we just give a
It was
round
so
of
much fun.
applause for SHR for providing half of the cautions for today?
You mean Rick Ware?
Bro,
It's
Rick
like
Ware, is that you?
You heard like Denny Hamlin kind of like complaining about the whole, like the tire bill and everything. SHR is like, we ain't got the good out of these tires yet. Let's keep wearing them out.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
going.
I mean, how many times did Barry hit the tires?
Like-
Three,
Like at
four?
least
Three or more
three.
times.
At least 3.
Briscoe twice. At
He's
least.
on a first name basis with them.
He's gonna be sponsored by Michelin next year.
Bro, probably.
Well,
They
maybe
got,
not.
they got the name turn up. What was it? The one he hit real hard, turn 4 or whatever. Like name that Barry Corner or something, man.
Very
I don't know.
corner.
I still say they need to name turn 6 the Wendy's corner.
Bro, why did they leave? Like
Like, come
we
on.
joked about this before when SVG hit.
Yeah. No.
His turn is very hard.
Bro, that that should be permanently the Wendy's corners. Whether y'all pay for it or not, this is Wendy Corner.
Corner.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wendy Corner 7, 8, 9.
When these cars wreck.
Well, you know how like, well, you know
When
like,
these cars wreck, we'll be there.
you know they have it like Le Mans. They nickname all the corners and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
they're gonna
yeah,
start
that's
doing.
Wendy.
Yeah, that's Wendy. That's Wendy Corner.
That's Baconator Corner right
I'm
there.
not gonna lie. I kind of had a hard time in SVG's posts, like after he wrecked and they were interviewing him. I had a hard time like keeping a straight face when he was like, "Yeah, our saucy nugs, Wendy's freaking Chevrolet was really good today." It was like,
Bro,
Saucy
the
Nugs,
best-
Wendy
our
saucy
Chevrolet.
nugs. I was like,
with
bro,
with his
what?
accent and
Bro,
everything.
what?
The best when they started in the rain, he was like, "Yeah, the visibility wasn't that bad." And it's like real thick Australian accent. I'm just like, "Bro, you started like 3rd or 4th. Like,
great.
of course, there's no visibility issue. Like, what the heck?
I don't even think he had his
were
windshield
you
wiper
were
on.
the visibility issue.
Bro, like, what is going on here?"
You know what's kind of weird? I did notice this with SVG. He constantly turned on and off his windshield wiper when he needed
He
it.
used it
Yeah.
way more than anybody else,
Right.
especially in the first
But
half.
he turned it on and off a lot. I was like, man, maybe he was like turning it off on like the straightaways to get like more amperage or something.
Did you notice he didn't
But
use
in
it
the
at all
turners,
second half?
in the turns, he flipped it on and cleared his windshield.
Did you notice he didn't use it at all second half?
No, I didn't notice that. Well, it's because you wrecked. It's because you wrecked.
All right, so
Can we
You're
talk
like-
about
you're like,
Larson's
no.
wreck?
a little bit, yeah. if you
Bro,
want to.
Larson.
Bro, he about
Larson.
yeeted Gibbs.
He put all the force into that wall. He's like,
That
how
was
hard
wild.
can I really hit this wall with that? You know,
Dude,
while walking away from
watching
this
the
sucker.
That's what
watching
you look like on iRace.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
watching
I'm not good.
watching
Larson
the
went-
in car was a little scary. Can you imagine
Bro, he
being
hit
that view?
hard.
Like, because it's like once you start sliding, it's like you're done.
But
you know
that's
you're going
kinda
in
how
that
the
wall.
Hans device is designed. Like you want that forward impact, right? Like
I mean, I don't know.
A forward impact is better than a
side.
rear impact, but worse than a rear impact is a driver, like a door side.
Okay.
So like if you hit and your head goes left or right, that's the most rough.
Yeah.
And then a forward is probably the best because you do have the seat belts and everything to help. Where
Brace
it's
it.
it's
Slow
a
you down.
gradual moment.
So
But
that's
like
good.
with the next gen, like the rear impact was rough. That's why drivers change their headrests and everything, and that's why you see like when they back in the corners, you'll see a lot of them slinging their head in the back of the
Yeah.
headrest, kind of getting ready to
Hit.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That
Larson was just like,
But that's kind of like the front,
Yeah.
rear, sides. That's like the order of least worst to worst.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's
Larson
good.
was just like, let me just be a
I
crash
love-
dummy real quick.
I love
let
his
me
crew
just go
chief.
straight forward.
His crew chief's just like, "Ah, man, just back it out of there. We'll race it. And he's like, I don't know, boss. Like,
What was it?
do you know how hard I hit?
Cliff
I
Daniels getting real,
I bet the wall.
ambitious.
He's like,
this-
nah, bring it back. Bring it back.
Nah,
we'll fix
should
it.
be all right.
It's not turning well, sir.
Steve
Fine, we can
Richard's like,
fix it.
he's not going to see how bad the front of that car is.
That was
He
that
was
was pretty
wrong.
He
funny.
straight up was like, it's not turning very well. He's like, that's fine. We can fix it. I'm like, yo.
Yeah. No, when he pulled
He's
it
got
out
like
and
a
I saw the
Felix's
fluid, I was like,
hammer.
ooh, I'm in
It's like
danger.
it's like those Stonehenge memes, like where it's like, ooh, it's like the set of four
Yeah.
rocks thing, whatever.
All right, so let's move on to because we kind of talked about everything. We already talked about a bunch of the race earlier in the show, so there we'll kind of skip past some of those things. But some rumbling news is Austin Dillon says big changes are coming for RCR.
Yeah, he said that in an interview this week that there's going to be some big changes on the competition side. I told Matt, I told him a couple
T-Bone's
days
coming
ago,
back.
maybe last week, like Rodney Childers might go. And then after that announcement and Barry, which we'll get into, I didn't put Barry.
No,
in.
we
I
didn't
think we
put that
already
in.
talked about it, didn't we?
But with Barry going to where he's
Briefly.
going, and Rodney Childers sounds like he's not going, I think Rodney Childers might be going to RCR's competition director.
Maybe
Bookmark it.
that one might
That's
be
a
interesting.
rumor. That's not news, but that's
That is
I
a-
think that might happen
That
because
sounds-
he talked about wanting. Me and you were talking about this. He's talked about wanting to step away from crew chiefing
Yeah.
and getting off the road for a while now, and a competition director role
kind of makes
alleviates
sense.
some of that.
And RCR needs someone like Rodney.
Bro, imagine
Obviously,
if
they
Rodney
just fired the
comes,
guy.
bro. That's gonna be a flip of the switch.
Yeah,
That's gonna be quick.
that you put someone like Rod. Even if you just said, hey, "Okay, Kyle Busch, we're giving you Rodney Childers."
Nah, you got to take Rodney to the competition.
Oh, I
director and
agree.
change the
I'm
whole
just
deal.
saying. I'm just saying. Even if you just did that as a minimum,
No, yeah.
Think about
Yeah,
what
I-
that would
I
do.
agree. I
Um,
think RCR needs a whole new
just
redo.
yeah, just start
Yeah.
from scratch. Start-
Rodney Children knows how to win. So if you can't win with him, then you're just not willing to make the changes
Yeah.
necessary to win.
I mean, RCR has
Whoa.
the equipment. Like they have a good enough equipment to
Oh, yeah,
be
facts.
competitive.
Facts,
so
bro.
it's not a
For them
equipment
to
issue.
help hand in hand with NASCAR and developing this car and be this bad is crazy. Like you literally had the leg up on the competition.
Yeah.
You had the home field advantage
Yeah.
and you let it go. You know?
did
the other thing about the RCR, Austin Dillon confirmed he's got a 2-year deal, so he's for sure in the car next year. Like he pretty
Sad.
much
Yeah.
confirmed that.
Major sad.
And then Kyle Busch, when talking about these changes and stuff, what's coming for next year, he did mention that Kyle Busch is committed to the process. So it
Well,
definitely sounds like Kyle Busch isn't going anywhere.
to
I know
be
there's been
fair-
some rumblings about
but
that.
to be fair, that's what of course he would say. I mean, he's not going to say anything until there's anything confirmed. But
Lewis Austin Dillon retire. I don't. So JFB says maybe they'll add a third car. I don't know if RCR is going to bankroll that.
I don't know.
It's gonna be with 2 of them already off the market because Haas factory is gonna keep one.
Yep,
And then that's gonna take a while to
front row.
quit saying
I know,
SHR. And then front row gets one. That only leaves 2. So I feel like
What? Noah goes over to Rick Ware or Spire?
the rumor is Noah's going to front row
Front row.
because
That
they're
makes the
losing
most
Michael
sense.
McDowell
Yeah.
to Spire. So you got two open seats. So Noah's probably going to get one, and I would bet Preece is probably going to get one.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I think Priest?
And then it sounds like
They don't want to take Haley? She's the up and coming Ford driver.
who's the fourth guy?
Which one? Like, what do you mean the fourth guy?
Gregson.
Gregson, Priest, Barry, and Briscoe. Briscoe's going to the 19.
Briscoe's gone.
Barry's
Barry's
going
gone.
to the 21.
Yep.
And there's Priest and Noah.
I think Noah goes to front row, and I think Priest goes back to Xfinity.
I think that's
Cold.
the
Yeah,
most
probably.
believable
Ice cold.
take.
Yeah, probably.
I will bet you right now,
Cole
the,
Custer.
the Haas factory car will 100% be Cole
Cole
Custer.
Custer.
What, 00?
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever number, but
I think they should bring back 00.
That'd be cool.
I think Cole Custer does pretty good on that.
Jinx, you
I
want me
think-
to
I
cut?
think
That's a
that'd be
good
really
number
good.
for Cole Custer. It's like CC, like Cole Custer, 00. That works for me.
it sounds like Cole Custer's daddy going to be running the whole show at the Haas factory, so
You better not screw it up.
pretty sure Cole Custer's going to
Maybe.
the Haas factory.
Going
God,
back
keep
to-
saying Stewart.
Going back to the race, did anyone notice if Suarez took out Chase? There's
Chase
someone,
Elliott or Briscoe?
I don't know.
Oh,
It
that's
would
a-
make sense
that's a
if
good
he
point.
took it out because Chase Elliott was like 14th and dropped to like 21st.
Oh, that could.
I
be
would
it.
100% believe that. I haven't seen any videos
And
of
that
it.
sounds like something that Suarez would do.
Yeah, I 100% believe
Like,
that.
me amigo, I need the
He
points.
was like 2
Yeah,
laps to
amigo.
go, and he was in 14th and drops down. I thought he hit the wall. I was like, "Oh, this guy's done."
Something.
But he drove by
Yeah,
Bowman,
because
and he was
Chase,
fine.
Chase was one of the first guys on slicks.
Yeah,
That
So
makes
maybe.
sense. That really makes sense.
I wouldn't doubt it.
all
I
right.
haven't seen it though.
Any other rumors that we kind of
Well-
talked
The Barry deal.
Barry, he's going to the 21.
Yeah, that's confirmed.
That's now confirmed, which is not who I would have expected to go to the 21.
Yeah, that wasn't. I mean, since he was
Cheap.
already racing for Ford, I mean, I saw
It does
it
kinda-
as more of an option
Yeah.
than anything else. But I mean,
I think that 21's gonna turn a
might turn.
page next year.
I feel like everyone says that
Bro,
every time a new driver
Harrison
goes in
is.
He's not that guy.
No. You know who's not that guy?
He was good in Xfinity, but he has not figured this Cup deal out.
Nope.
No.
Too many. Lost it.
But
Gone.
I mean, if he goes back, what if he goes back to the 00? Stuart Haas or Haas Xfinity team is sticking around. So
Arca. Send him to Arca.
golly.
Make him earn his legs.
I don't
Oh my
think he's
gosh.
that bad. I mean,
Oh, really?
You need to have some respect, bro. He flipped at Daytona. Come on.
By Brad. Brad knew. Race 1.
Get him out of here.
Brad knew.
All right.
The only other real exciting news that came out was the electric car, and we kind of already went over that. But
Yep.
the electric car, I'm super excited for that.
Let's see. So JFB
go,
is
Rich.
asking where Harrison is going. We don't know. We don't care.
I suspect I would bet
Probably
Haas
Haas.
Xfinity team.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
probably.
That's the most likely thing I can think of.
You think Ford
Yeah.
will keep him
Yeah.
after all the money he's
Probably.
wasting?
Bro, he got money. Bro, he got bankroll.
Oh yeah.
He got sponsors. Bro, he's running
He's sponsored
Terra,
by Ford Motor Company.
Yeah, but
every
that's-
race.
but he has the
that-
Dex sponsorship too.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
His Dex sponsorship
imaging.
in Cup that he has for
Oh,
Cup
Dex?
could easily bankroll.
Oh, DEX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard deck like a patio
deck.
No,
deck.
he still has all of his funding. The thing is that like the 21 car, the Woods Bros, they've just always been sponsored by
The
Ford.
Woods
That's the-
Bros.
Woods Brothers, Woods Brothers, whatever it is.
The Woods Bros.
The Woods Bros.
You're right. He's just bullying.
Hey, you know what?
Like,
It's time
that's
for a
what it is.
rebrand, bro. The Woods Bros.
Woods Bros,
Golly.
bites lip.
This guy.
We'll
You can start calling it
It's
that.
called. This is
Carlos.
The
Wood
Hendos.
Brothers.
What? It's a shortened version, bro.
Bro.
Hyperbole, bro.
Are there still
The
two
Woods
brothers?
Bros.
Woods Bros.
Pretty sure it's just one brother. Just Jack Wood, right?
Hey, yo.
Just throwing it out there. Hate me if you want. Jack Woods. Just
Okay.
I'm looking a question we got. Carlos was asking after this race, will Larson still have the points lead?
I don't know if NASCAR
that's a
will
lot
have
of
it
math,
posted
Carlos.
this
Come
fast.
on, man.
Who was in second? Chase out? They were tied, so certainly not.
Yeah, because no, you definitely
The
there's-
regular point standings, no. Chase Elliott will be in the top.
Joey Hand gets the points lead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. So most likely he's definitely not in the lead. And Chase
But
Elliott is,
Chase Elliott didn't run great, so it'll be close. How many is Denny Hamlin behind?
about 20.
he didn't run that great either.
Nope.
So it'll be
Tyler Reddick is down by 30, but I don't think he got it that.
He
So,
just got
I mean,
second
the
place.
top four should be really close now.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting when they post the standings. I'll be super interested.
Tyler
It's
Reddick's
pretty close.
probably going to get it. Second
He
place
might.
plus some stage wins.
He might.
Let
Or
me
stage
check
points?
La Bob and see if he posted it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeff's probably gonna have the best week this week with Tyler Reddick. He's gonna beat
Right.
everyone with one driver.
Dude, talk about at the end of the race, we're all freaking out. We're like, oh man, everyone's having a terrible day. And then Jeff's like, oh, Reddick's coming. I might get a win. And then
And then
hits
you
the
just-
wall.
I was so
No,
conflicted
hey.
because as a fan, I wanted Bowman to win. But
Bro,
I was
you
like,
s-
for
you
fantasy,
straight
I'm
jinxed
like,
it.
a win would be huge.
Yeah.
You straight jinxed it. You know that, right?
Yeah, I probably did.
You literally one turn before.
So better
Reddick's
than
gonna
you.
win this race. Hits the wall. Oh,
Noah Gregson
I'll still
posted
take it.
on Twitter. He said turn 6 with like the shaking hands emoji.
They made up. All right. So let's talk about next week. Next week, we are going to.
Whoa, you gotta do the rumors.
Come
on,
Are there
bro.
rumors?
Yes, bro.
I thought we went through.
It's
them.
minimal.
Oh,
Minimal.
okay.
No, Matt had a couple.
It's not really a rumor.
The quick
ones
one
in-
is just
I don't
like
even
there's
make notes.
definitely like by way more
your
people,
phone?
way more people
not allowed
in
to
the
look at
know.
I have rules.
You're so dumb. More people in the know have commented that Bowman Gray is going to be the Clash next year. I know
Wow.
we kind of talked about last week, like maybe it's
Yeah.
going to be Daytona for a year while they get Bowman Gray ready. It don't sound like it. Boom. Sound like it's going to be Bowman Gray in North Carolina in February.
Gross.
Trash.
No rain delay. We'll have snow
No delay.
Put chains on the tires.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
I am for the rally race.
Put
Are they- are they-
sprinklers
are
on
they-
it.
are they
Ice
developing
the
it?
track. Run it.
Are they developing a chain tire?
DJ, this is a great question.
Yes.
would be
The
funny.
electric series, do they produce heat?
Yes. A lot of
All right,
heat.
so we could theoretically melt the track with an electric car.
No more track dryers.
We're good.
That's it.
Done.
Electric cars are the way to go.
No,
the Air Titan track drying.
let me put it this
electric
way.
cars are out there.
normal electric cars are not going to produce a ton of heat, but a high performance 1300 horsepower electric car, that thing's going to produce heat.
Jacob, how many pit boxes are in Daytona? What, like 45?
43.
43?
Mm-hmm.
Superchargers, every single one. For rain delays.
Listen, I think Tesla should be the new OEM.
That would be wild.
That would be super
They have a
interesting.
sedan.
I'm just saying they could
Series
do it.
X. Plaid.
That's the
Plaid
plaid
car.
The plaid.
We'll call it the Plaid car series.
Dude,
Elon.
if Elon, if you're listening, and I know
Elon.
you are, but like, please,
Yeah, I'm sure he's on the stream.
please, we want you in NASCAR. It'd be awesome.
Everyone tag Tesla in the
yeah,
in
yeah.
the chat.
We already got Donald. We need Elon.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we got someone in the chat. SVG was gonna. He was shafted by Briscoe. He was gonna win that race.
Oh, yeah. He straight up was.
He was
Elon.
That was
absolutely
a
gonna
team
win.
order by Joe
Out there,
Gibbs,
just-
in case you didn't know.
That was so trash.
Trash.
Well,
Right.
you reckon the favorite with your future teammates
I'm
in the
telling
lead?
you,
Come
I want.
on, bro.
I want to know how
That's
many
an easy
drivers
call.
went up to Briscoe and said, "Thank you for taking that man out."
They all wrote a check.
I think Chase Elliott and Chase Briscoe got together after Chase Elliott's comments last year about how he's embarrassing the
Right.
sport.
I want to see the aftermath.
We will have none of it.
All right. So
I also real
Chase
quick,
Briscoe
I
did
wanna
a great
see the
job making it
aftermath.
not look important, not look intentional.
I want to see the aftermath of the
Precision.
Bubba Bowman issue. Like I want to
what?
see the
Oh,
Bubba
yeah.
and Bowman issue.
I hope Bubba gets a little
I wanna
fine.
see
Oh,
that.
can we
happens there.
talk about that?
yeah,
Yo.
we need to.
That's trash.
Can't do
dog.
that.
How do you just smack the winner, dude?
We made a
One,
precedent.
you disrespect the winner.
Yeah.
He won. He beat you. Yeah, he may have wrecked you, dumped you, whatever. But we've been racing in the wet all day. Like it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Like come on. And then the second, you don't know on the cooldown lap is his belts loose. We saw in the thing
His
he
winner-
had his hands in his eyes trying to. We thought with his hands in the eyes, it looked like he was maybe wiping tears or sweat or whatever.
We
and
thought he hit
maybe
the wall.
maybe just hit the wall. But then they showed the other footage and it was like he got hit by Bubba. Like bro, that is super. Like you want to know why? Here you go. Y'all want the take? You want to know why the NASCAR fan base don't like you? Because of stupid stuff like that.
Stupid.
Like, bro, like I'm not like, how do you want me to like you when you're just gonna be mad disrespectful? Two of the guys' belts might be already loose. One, his hands are in his face wiping sweat away. Like, nah, bro. That goes back to you being a petty freaking just child throwing a Gatorade bottle when Bowman was passed out or almost passed out on the side of his car from heat exhaustion, bro.
I do think
That's-
it's interesting that it's Bowman again, and
Nah, bro, because Bubba's a
Bubba.
freaking like, golly, bro.
them
I
two
hate
have
that.
beef.
He's a
That's
real.
why-
I
that's why-
like Bubba, but not in moments like that.
Bro,
Nah, I
But
can't
that's
get
why
behind that.
when you hear about the whole like Eric Almirola and Bubba issue,
Nah,
it's like it's
bro.
hard to believe that Bubba didn't have like
Bubba and
some
Larson.
kind of part in it.
Bubba
That's
and Larson,
Bubba's personality.
It's
Bubba
like,
and Bowman,
bro.
Bowman and Almirola. I'm pretty sure there's been many others.
Yeah, bro.
Bubba right hooking Kyle Larson.
Well, I already
Yep.
said Kyle Larson.
Oh, sorry, missed
Yeah,
that one.
that was the
Sorry.
first
Yep, yep.
And then pushing him into his car
Yep.
Bro, like,
while pace laps are going on.
But I'm pretty sure there's been other ones where he's had problems with people.
did y'all listen to Denny Hamlin's podcast this week with Tyler Reddick?
Yeah.
Y'all been hearing the last couple weeks about Denny Hamlin making some
Performance. comments
comments that the 2311 or the 23 car
Step
need
it
to
up.
kind of step it up. The whole podcast with Reddick and some of the comments around Reddick,
Oh,
it
he
wasn't none of that.
He's super positive.
Like,
with
bro,
Reddick.
you better
He was.
tighten up or you're gonna be out.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I feel like you can't like. There's no way they're gonna go sit in a competition meeting with Denny
Oh
Hamlin and
my
the other
God.
people and be like, hey, hey, good job letting Bowman know. Let him know. Like, nah, bro. They're gonna be like, what are you doing? I think, in my opinion, tell me what y'all think. He should be fined. They set
Oh,
a precedent
100%.
last week about hitting people under caution, and that was rough. And he
Yep.
door slammed into the wall. That should be a points penalty and a fine.
Yes.
I agree.
And,
agree. If you're gonna be consistent.
and it was the winner at their most focused on race of the year behind the Daytona 500.
You know who
and
else
you're gonna
agrees?
mad disrespect the winner.
You know who else agrees?
I agree.
Denny Hamlin, because he brought it up in his podcast, and he already made it a point. You cannot do this.
It's fine, little rear bumper, little shot.
Like
Hey,
what a bad president to do. Like this literally happens the week before, right? Not the winner, but you still hit someone under caution during pace laps when nobody's expecting it, right? That's the idea of hitting someone under caution. You're not expecting to get rear end. A green flag, you're 100%. You can get doored, you can get rear ended, you could run into a wall, you could hit someone. It's expected. But when it's under caution and you're the race winner, just doing your burnout, your cool down lap, and you're gonna get doored.
Nah,
Come
bro.
on,
That's a
man.
no-fly zone, bro.
No.
Exactly. That is a no-fly zone. You can't do
No
that. I
matter
don't care
where.
how hot-tempered you are. You can't do that.
Get out of the car on pit road and go have your conversation on pit road.
Yeah.
If the guy you're mad at won the race, bro,
He would have never done
Be
something.
better.
He would have
Yeah.
never done something
you,
if he
you
wasn't in
can't
the
you
car.
can't go like. But in all fairness, what did his boss do against Bowman? Denny Hamlin.
Yeah. And there might be some grace there in the team for that kind of nonsense. Like, I could see that. Like,
But
you
what's
know,
he gonna say? Like, if
Denny
Denny
Hamlin
Hamlin
might turn the other cheek, but you got to eat some crow because you just talked about this last week.
Yep.
You literally talked about it with Carson Hocevar. This man needs to be fined.
Yeah.
He needs to hurt his pocket.
Yeah, bro.
You gave him a 25-point penalty. Guess what happened the next day? Same exact thing. So it's like, come on.
Well, it's also-
You know,
I kind of
like,
feel-
don't-
Well,
I
Carson
don't-
Hocevar didn't do it again, but now Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba's already been suspended
I
the
think
race
it's
for
just
wrecking
one of
under
those things.
yellow.
You're
Like
just
this
being
time,
dumb.
like bro, you need to go slap this dude on the wrist hard.
You're just being dumb, man. Like, stop being dumb.
Well,
Like, that's it.
Also, I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like there is kind of like a little bit of like a social responsibility that Bubba has. He's like the founding driver, driving like the car for 2311. He's driving the 23 car.
He is.
And so to have someone else come in behind you and constantly be getting second place finishes after second place finish.
Yeah, I mean-
and then like,
Oh, it's got to be an ego hurt.
and it's like,
It
bro,
straight up does.
it's like, bro. So
I
like,
get. I
not
feel it.
like people probably wouldn't feel this way about you if you just took your decent finish on the chin
yeah.
and just didn't do any of that kind of stuff.
I
It's like,
think
don't
Bubba's
know.
so close on the point on the playoffs for like the cut line, bro. You got to make this one hurt. You got to put him in a
Yeah.
must-win position by taking 25 points. It's unacceptable, bro. You can't
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
go
do
up and
that,
door
bro.
slam the winner just because you're mad at something that happened on lap 20
I mean, it's also
or whenever it was.
Also after the race. I mean, literally anybody. You can't be door slamming anybody
Nah,
after
bro.
the race.
That's not. You don't know what safety vehicles are out there from cautions. You don't know where this guy's belts and safety equipment's at because he's getting ready. It's on the last, coming into the last corner before he starts his burnout and victory celebration. Like you don't like. He could totally be unbelted at that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
that's
want to make
just-
this like a whole like bash Bubba kind of thing.
It's
It
not
is-
a bash, Bubba. It's a bash whoever does something like this. We bash
Right.
Carson Hocevar. We didn't have a lot of evidence. NASCAR obviously saw the evidence, but we were like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No, it's
Even
fair.
if you did
I mean, I
wreck
get
the
it. I
guy
just
who
don't want it
finishes
to be
last
like a
every
whole
week.
bash Bubba thing.
Well,
I do find it interesting though that 2 weeks in a row, Logano and Bowman, they were on the cut line with Bubba on the outside, and Tyler Reddick was there to defend it both times.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's
That's
a
a-
weird
That's
stat to throw in there. You know,
Actually, now that you bring that up, Tyler Reddick gave away another one today.
another one gave away another one, and it was to
more,
someone
more,
on a cut
more
line.
than last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By hitting, he was gonna get him. As much as I
he
hate
had
to
it.
say that, he
Yeah,
was going to
gonna
get him.
This was going to be a Tyler Reddick day.
They
all
were
day.
about to hit a lot of the concrete portion, which was drying faster, and that was going to play all into
But
his advantage.
This is the great part about NASCAR is you have that human error. You have that butterfly feeling in your gut, like everyone in this world has, where it's like, I'm catching him. I'm catching laps. You know, I got 3 laps to make this pass, and you messed up. It happens. You know?
It's not even the 3. You're down. I got 5 corners left to try to make this happen.
I think he had like 3 laps to get him. Or at
no,
least
no.
2.
That was the last lap.
Was it the last
That
lap?
was the
I
last
thought he had
lap.
like another lap or
No,
so.
that was
I
it.
mean,
He had it,
obviously
man.
it sucks.
Oh, he had it.
It was his
100%.
race to lose for sure. But like, I mean, the reality is like 2 top 5 finishes back to back, even
On
with a
2
mistake.
absolutely
Yeah, but he wants to
crazy
win,
tracks.
bro.
Absolutely,
He wants
I
to
don't
win.
disagree. I'm just saying, like, I kind of feel like I mean, I guess a lot of us in life could be like our own worst critic, but like, I kind of feel like he is a little too hard on himself a little bit. He's like,
No,
emo Tyler Reddick.
I don't think that's
It's
him
like-
being hard on himself. I think that's the expectation of 23XI.
I agree.
Yeah.
If you're in position to win, the expectation is to win. Michael Jordan, in my opinion, greatest all time to do it in basketball.
Yeah.
And then you have Denny Hamlin, who's the greatest driver to never win a championship, one of the highest on the all time win records. There is a high expectation of winning.
They're not here to fund a car that's placing
No.
25th every week.
No, they're here
It's
for
not gonna happen.
trophies, bro. They're trophy hunters if there
Yeah, I get
ever
it.
was.
And they're realistic because they understand races happen. You're either going to win or you can get wrecked out. But they want drivers to consistently be in that position.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Tyler Reddick's
Big
one of those
facts.
drivers that will do it.
Can we answer a few YouTube things? Real
Yeah.
quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Help me understand. RG said Bubba will be Smith Bowman.
Will Smith. Will Smith.
Bro, that is so true. All right, you got me. Bro, that's big facts.
Bubba Will Smith
wait,
Bowman.
what? Oh yeah.
Bubba
okay.
Will Smith Bowman.
Oh, whack.
That's trash.
Keep my car out your mouth.
Keep my car off your front bumper.
I don't even know what wreck they were talking about. I missed it
I was
completely.
gonna say-
I don't think it was ever shown.
I have
I'm not,
no
I'm not
It was
sure.
a little. It had to have been a minor issue.
Talk about, hey, having a minor issue ruining your entire day. Like that.
But it didn't ruin his day. He finished 13th.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Right, but he thought about it the whole time. And
Bro,
he was
a lot of
brewing and
people's
brewing
days
and
were
brewing
ruined.
and brewing.
Imagine
Oh,
having
yeah.
a
Oh,
minor.
you're talking about mentally.
Mentally
Oh,
ruined
got in
his
his
day.
head. Got in his head so much. No matter if you won the race, I'm gonna come to her saying, "Oh yeah, bro." Bubba loses the mental battle, bro.
Crazy.
Imagine having a
com-
minor issue cost you like 25 grand or something like that.
Well, last
Something
week
ridiculous.
was
Or
25
50
points and 50 grand.
50
I
grand.
think the penalty should be absolutely the same.
No, I want consistency
Okay.
on NASCAR. I don't want them to just bump it up. I'd
No,
rather
no,
have
last-
consistency.
last week was 25
it was
points
50
and 50 grand.
He's right.
That's what it was last
I
week.
undersold it.
We
yeah.
should see the same penalty next week.
Yeah, I
Or
don't want it
this
to be
week.
like more. Like I don't want to like same thing happen, same
Dude,
kind of
25
circumstances.
points. That's rough.
It would suck.
rough.
Carlos M said, "Can NASCAR take away a position for intentional wrecking in the race? Yes. Post race, no. I don't believe they can.
They could just black flag him for. We
Not
saw it
post-race,
the other
the
day
race is
from
over.
Landon Riggs, right?
But the race
If the
is
race
over.
was going though,
yes, they could hold him for 2 laps for reckless driving."
yeah,
Carlos M also said, "Just while starting to get in the Bubba train, he lost his marbles."
it happens.
It happens
man.
every time.
It happens to us
It happens
too. We're
a couple
like rooting
times
for Bubba.
a year.
Yeah, same. we go through this cycle. It's like a Ferris wheel, right? Like you're all on the Bubba train, then he does something, and you're back off, and then you're back on, you're back.
Like
off.
I was super pumped because I mean we saw his driver intros. I want to say it was yesterday, and he had Disturbed. I know Bubba's a huge metal fan. He
Yeah.
just is. He loves Metallica, Disturbed, Slipknot. He's a huge metal fan. And like this whole premise of him like loving rap and stuff, it's just not true. So when he came out to driver intros, like playing Disturbed, I'm like, all right, cool. You get to see his one of his favorite bands, one of his favorite songs. He actually gets to play it and walk out to it. It's not a PR move. It's Bubba liking metal music. I'm like, all right, cool. Props for Bubba.
Yeah.
That's cool. And he does something like this, and it's like, come on, man. Like, really?
Yeah.
Is this what we do?
It's tough to get behind, man. Like,
Like,
golly.
look, I'm all about the passion. I'm all about like being competitive and stuff like that. But it's like, dude, like
And
that's
it's-
just not.
And it's silly
It's
to be
not
like,
it,
oh,
bro.
I like him because of the music he has, but it's like it shows that personality. It's like Bowman coming out and being like, I'm gonna drink so much bourbon tonight. We all love bourbon. We drink a lot of bourbon. So that's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
It's not just
That
a
was super
standard.
cool.
Thank you so much to my Chevy. Ally's been here through all the hard times. This is great. We're gonna really celebrate. It's like,
I will
no,
say,
bro.
I will say, as a Hendrick fan, I kind of felt like everyone's all hype. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Bowman gets up to the mic. Yeah, it was like really good and like, it's like you saw the
Typical Bowman.
emotion. You saw the emotion like
Well, you do
come
have-
off
I
of
mean,
his face.
You are
Just a
still
little
working.
bit.
You have to composite yourself. You
Yeah,
know, you
I
had one
get
lap
it.
to
It
cool
was
off,
funny.
and you got hit under the lap. So
It's
it's
just
like,
funny because like this, that's like the stereotypical like Hendrick driver these days.
Yeah.
Is like
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like I'm just gonna go up to the mic and I'm gonna talk like this, and it's like everything's gonna be great. It's like even when Kyle Larson's win,
Everything's
even
great.
even when
really excited for Pocono next week. Can't wait to be there. Yeah, everything's
even when
great.
Kyle Larson wins, it's like, yeah, like Cliff Daniels had us like on the right strategy, and it was really awesome, and I'm just thankful to be here. And,
It's just the emotion of a guy that's
Yeah.
on like winning pretty regular versus a guy that's been trying for a long time. I really
Yeah.
appreciate his transparency about the whole brain injury deal.
Right.
yeah,
You know, and then I don't think he mentioned it, but like the broken back
He did.
deal.
He did mention
Did
it.
he?
I didn't
Yeah,
know he
so-
had a brain injury. I knew it was a broken.
You don't
back.
remember the concussion?
it was
I
like
don't really
it was a
remember that
Texas.
part.
it was a concussion, but it was like
Texas
a bad
back
like,
in
backed
the
it in.
fence.
It was around the same time as what's his name?
It was
It was around that time. Kurt Busch.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
around that
before
time.
the time when they really started working on the rear of
Yeah.
the car.
I
And
feel like
so
that
people
was the
were
one that
getting-
really moved
yeah.
the needle because that wreck wasn't that bad,
No.
and it made him make a move.
Speaking of Kurt Busch, we're going to Pocono next week.
Okay.
That was a bad transition.
That's a little dark.
I-
The last track or the current track on the schedule that has career-ending stats,
Oof.
Ooh.
Or at least the most
Not
recent.
just in NASCAR.
and Matt's favorite. Wow.
That's great.
in
It's a
NASCAR
triangle.
and IndyCar.
Throw these guys through.
Oh man.
Stop, Jeffrey.
I'm just throwing.
Guys,
All
we-
right, let's move forward.
true.
we just
Denny-
went down a bad, dark rabbit hole there.
So
All right, we're going to Pocono.
Denny Hamlin's probably gonna win it. So if you got
Probably.
if Denny Hamlin has some good good betting points, you know, might as well jump on that one early.
Yeah.
I think he has 7 wins here.
Something
Disgusting. And I mean, Alex Bowman has a win here, so
Technically,
if he wins again, we might not ever go back.
Oh wait. Great. Oh, it's over. The long-running joke is any track that Bowman wins that gets canned the next year.
It's
Bro,
gonna
if
be
it
canned
gets
next
canned,
year.
That would be crazy. That'd be like 4 in a row.
No more Pocono.
no,
That is-
No, it's
more
about Chicago.
No more
that's
Chicago. It's a 3-year deal.
it's
It might
bad.
not get re-signed.
That means we're definitely not coming back here after next year.
This is only the second race, though.
You might get one more year, but still,
Well,
Anyway.
any race that he wins,
I'm
gets
honest.
canned.
I'm really looking forward to Pocono, man. I put in the notes Triangle City.
triangles.
I'm excited because we got truck race at 5 o'clock on Friday. Like,
Hey,
come home, take
Right
a shower
after
after
work.
work,
Dude,
take
these-
a drink, bro. Like,
RG coming up with all the jokes. He door dashed Bowman.
Jeez.
Do you see him winning races?
Yo.
Not right now.
a fan brought Chastain a beer after the race per Trackhouse Instagram. Should have been me, bro.
Are you there?
I'll
Should have
fly.
been me.
Should have been me.
You're not in. it.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to
Was it a
Chicago.
Bush Pete?
Let me go change real quick. Back to my Chastain gear.
All right. So for this next week, we got
Probably
Cup.
confusing a lot of people having a Trackhouse shirt on.
And yeah,
Who's the
maybe.
new guy? No
We
RFK
got
hat.
That's how Stain
we
clip
have
was funny.
we have Cup race, Xfinity, and
Hey.
trucks.
Cup race early 2:30.
Yep. Well, early compared to this race.
Well, early normal. Normal is 3:30.
It's like
Yeah.
an hour.
2:30.
It's
So
like
watch
about an
out for
hour
that.
early.
I decided to start putting in the next week preview at the start times.
Yeah.
2:30 Cup, 3 o'clock Xfinity, and 5:30 truck
5:30.
on Friday.
That seems early. Like
yeah,
for trucks.
I'm about it.
That's kind of
There's
nice.
no
man.
lights at Pocono.
Oh, that's why. Man, that's kind of nice. Get home from work and watch the truck race.
Yeah.
Like that's
About
nice.
Heck yeah. Sounds
So-
I'm saying, come home, take a shower, get you a drink,
Crack a cold one and start the day.
start the day.
start the race.
Pretty much. All right. So you guys got anything you want to say before we kind of start wrapping things up?
I just appreciate everybody in the YouTube chat and stuff, man. It's a lot of fun.
Made it a
That's
lot of fun.
the
Yes.
whole reason why we started this whole thing was just to interact with other race fans. So,
Yeah, reach
Yeah.
out, find new people, make new connections, and really try to grow. So
yes, sir.
it's cool. All the
Agreed.
interactions we have, it's fantastic. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
So,
girls.
all right, guys, take it easy. We'll be heading out, and we'll see you guys next week after Pocono. Take it easy, y'all. Yee yee.
Out of pocket.